Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to all of the Aries out there. If you are an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node, this is your upcoming tarot prediction for the month of November. And in case anybody is curious, I will be using the Star Tarot deck. So let's see what November has in store for Aries. This is a very interesting spread. So the only two upright cards and very colorful cards in this spread are the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups, which the Six of Cups just came out for Pisces as well. So there are new beginnings that are going to help you tap into your emotional body, but all of the other cards are reversed. We have the King of Pentacles reversed, the Hierophant reversed, the Tower reversed. This was the first card that jumped out. Then at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Wands reversed. So like I said, it's a really interesting dynamic, and it's giving me the impression of like the head versus the heart. Because on one side, with the aces with the ace and the Six of Cups and the Nine of Wands, it's like you're releasing this feeling of paranoia that you had, and maybe it does have to do with love, but you're releasing this sense of paranoia you felt before, and the sense of distrust, and you're allowing your heart to lead you in that way. The Ace of Cups is a beautiful omen for a deeper connection with yourself. And through that deeper connection with yourself, you will find a deeper connection with others. And I think as you're releasing this sense of distrust and paranoia, you might be going too far one way, because Six of Cups is the opposite of distrust and paranoia. It's looking at your past through rose-colored glasses in a way, and only seeing the good, being very reminiscent of old relationships, and oh, how romantic, and oh, do you remember that job that I quit because the boss was horrible? You're not thinking about that. You remember that job where I got to do this and it was so much fun and I loved my coworkers, and oh, do you remember back in school and this person who relentlessly bullied me told me she liked my top. Like, it's like you're not hearing those subtler messages of the truth of the past, but you're really looking at everything through painted lenses, if you will. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think there is a time and a place where the Six of Cups energy can be so important for moving forward. And I think this is one of those times. I think for a long time, you may have been tapping into that upwards Nine of Wands energy, and Nine of Swords reversed was also under this one. This one's reversed in the spread. So I think for a while, you may have been tapped into the upright energy, which is about distrust, paranoia, not being able to trust yourself or where you're going. It's Nine of Swords upright is you're up at night because your mind is racing. You're having back and neck and shoulder pains, and you just can't see the light of day. And your subconscious, your soul is trapped in this web of defeat almost. So when these two are reversed, it's you're releasing this aspect of yourself, and I think you're leaning into that Six of Cups energy to stop being so pessimistic about your past and about what brought on these energies in the first place. And I think that's really beautiful and really important for where you are right now. I think that's really important for where you are right now. So I don't want the way I let the Six of Cups come across as bad. It's not bad. It's actually a very, very positive card in the tarot. And I think it's your medicine right now. I think you are looking through rose-colored glasses in order to save yourself in a way, to make sure you don't fall off the deep end. Um which leads me to the other side. So that's the heart. And that's the head working with the heart and the emotions to keep it level, to keep it steady. Where the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Tower reversed. This is the interesting dynamic here. So this King of Pentacles reversed makes me feel like it's connected to these nines, the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords energy. It makes me believe that there was a situation you thought would bring you overwhelming success and stability and comfort in the physical realm, monetary comfort, um, a leg up in the status quo, if you will. Which is funny I said it like that because the Hierophant reverse is somebody who craves the opposite of that. But you thought this situation was going to bring you success, but ultimately it just brought you the distrust, the pain, the late nights, the not being able to sleep, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you are still holding on to the bitterness of of that reality. You're holding on to the bitterness of not being of the promise of what you were promised and not being delivered. And because of that, you are saying, bugger the success, bugger the societal standards, bugger everything. I'm rioting, essentially. When it's upright, the Hierophant acts as a divine messenger of the gods for the emperor. He is the divine wisdom. If you've seen Game of Thrones, the Hierophant is uh, it would be like if Varys and the Maesters were like one person. The master of whispers, but also the speaker to like the gods and the medicines and all of that. He is the divine council when upright. And the divine council has to act in congruence with tradition and with how things have been done forever. Reversed, the Hierophant is an anarchist. The Hierophant reversed is somebody who goes against traditions, goes against the status quo. It's very um oh, what planet is it? Uranus. It's like a Uranus energy that just wants to break the foundations, destroy, but not necessarily destroy to burn down the entire system. It's to destroy to rebuild anew in a way that lines up with how we are moving as a society today. And you have, because of this situation, it's almost like the situation forced you to recognize you may have been stressed out for a long time and worrying and stuck in that fear when all of a sudden a switch flipped and you said, you know what, I could stress about it, or I could recognize that it's out of my control and I can just live my life how I need to. And that's where that Ace of Cups energy comes in. It's like, I'm starting anew. This has taken up way too much of my emotions, my energy. It's taken way too much out of me. And I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to stress anymore. I just want to pretend it doesn't exist. Carefree. Carefree. And through that I think you're going against your own status quo with how you used to deal with stressful situations and situations outside of your control. I think with this tower reverse, it's possible you did used to blow yourself up. You used to be the driving force that caused overwhelming change to happen overnight in your life. But you may be recognizing this is not sustainable. So let's flip it upside down. How can I mitigate the explosion? How can I mitigate myself from going through the same pattern I went through in the past of something not working out in my favor? I explode, I blow up on someone or something or whatever have you, and then end up destroying my life because of it. This is, you're stopping, you're throwing the hatchet into the wheel and you're stopping that pattern. There's so much power in this. I hope you realize, Aries, there's a lot of, I have chills, a lot of power in this. And from the outside, I think it's like to your loved ones, it might look like you're losing your mind. It might look like you're going crazy, like you've hit a psychotic break and now you're just like, la, 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 la. But you have control. You have the control over what you're thinking and feeling. And I think for the first time ever, you have the control over it. For the first time ever, you're deciding to put an end to your unhealthy patterns. Wow. Wow. But again, because it goes against your own status quo, because you are changing the trajectory of how you handle situations, especially hard situations, you're ultimately evolving. And so the people you have known and loved forever, they know you as a specific version of yourself. They know you as the version that explodes when things don't go the right way. And now you're not. Now you're not exploding. Now you're way too calm, overwhelmingly too calm about what's going on, when ultimately this should have been something in the past would have sent you off the edge of a cliff. Not literally, but with wings. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe you still went off the edge of the cliff, but now you recognize you have wings and you're like, wait, this isn't, I don't need to be stressing. And it's interesting to note one, two, three. Yeah, three of the cards in the spread have the white dove. And oh my God, all three of them, the white dove's at the top. Because when reversed in the tower, the white dove's at the top. In the Hierophant, the white dove's at the top. And then upright, the white dove's at the top. So you're in control of the situation. And you are ultimately choosing peace instead of chaos. You are making the choice not to let this thing, this situation, this person control you. I have full body chills, Aries. Full body chills. November is going to be about taking your power back from external circumstances. November is about taking your power back from external circumstances, reclaiming your power. Wow. So the King and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So as you reclaim your power, it's important to understand success is not going to look the same to you as it did yesterday. Success is not going to look or feel or be the same to you as it was yesterday. And since it's Pentacles, maybe before you were really focused and driven by monetary value. You were taking the jobs that had really, really high pay, but low retention rate, for example, or just overwhelmingly stressed out. Like I'm picturing Wall Street, just all the people buzzing around. They make great money, but how many of them die early from heart attacks or get substance abuse issues and die from that, or just end up virtually so unhappy where their bank accounts are up here but their health and everything else is below. You need to, if you haven't already, you need to reframe what success looks like for you. What we're taught as a society, what we are taught as a society as what success looks like, that wasn't a real sentence. And it's success. So, what we're taught success is as a society is ultimately a lie. It might work for a very, very, very small percentage of people, but ultimately, part of my teachings here on earth is to help people reestablish what success means to them. To some people, success is being a third grade teacher and having a brilliant relationship with the children and helping them grow and learn and evolve. To some people, success is being a stay at home mom and being that pillar for your children to grow and evolve. I don't know why I went to kids for both of those the first time, but for some, success is being a dentist, a dental hygienist, and just fixing people's teeth for a living and letting them walk away with a bigger smile, knowing that there are people out there that can help them with it. Sometimes it's being a firefighter and saving people's lives. Sometimes it's being homeless. The most happy and brilliant person I've ever met in my life was a homeless man in Amsterdam. And at the time, he had been homeless for 13 years. I had never met anybody more full of life, more exuberant, more excited for what can happen to him every day, because every day is a mystery. And to him, that was success. You need to be redefining what success means to you. I implore you to do to journal about it and write it down, and write down first what you have been taught success is from a very young age, and then write down what you believe success is for you. Maybe success is, just dancing on the top of a hill at sunrise and sunset, bathing in the waters of the ocean, wandering, enjoying life however you want to. Define what success means for you, because it's ultimately shifting. It's ultimately shifting. And you have the power. I'm emphasizing that. You have the power to decide what success is for you. You have the choice to decide what success is for you. Wow. 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 Oh my God. I'm just pulling them off the bottom of the deck. So we had the Empress fall out, which also came out for Pisces. The Empress, we had the Prince of Wands, which is the Page of Wands fall out. And like, look at that fertility and creativity emphasized in the Empress. And that is all I see in this Prince of Wands energy. And all of the pages slash princes, princesses in this deck, they are divine messengers. They are messengers that bring about the theme of that suit into your life. And so, what does this remind you of just looking at this card? This is artistry. This is creativity. This is intuition. This is the ability, not only creativity, but the ability to create, to manifest. And that's emphasized by the Empress, who is divine fertility, the ability to birth into life whatever they want. You are being asked, Aries, in the month of November to birth into reality the exact life you want to live. And it was through this lesson of whatever this situation was, it's through that you're recognizing how much strength and control you have over your own self. And that's the first step. It's recognizing we can control ourselves. We can control how we react. We can control how we feel day to day despite our external circumstances. So now that I can control myself, how can I bring myself into one with the universe and learn how to co-create with the universe to, oh, I have chills, to bring about exactly the life I want. And be specific. Be specific because you have the power to be specific. Not only did we get the Prince of Wands, we also have the Princess of Pentacles, divine messenger of stability, of financial gain, of success. And again, I don't like that I said financial gain. That's just where my mind goes with Pentacles, but it's success, however you define it. Success, however you define it. That's what's awaiting you. You have the power and the strength to make it happen. And as I say, strength, upright was underneath the Princess of Pentacles. You have the strength to create your reality and to co-create with the universe exactly what you want. And whatever this situation was before that caused that initial distrust and paranoia and whatever, XYZ, fill in the blank. Whatever that situation was actually divine intervention. It was divine intervention helping you learn exactly how to control your reactions, because controlling your reactions controls your outcome. And you know what? I'm being called to emphasize it's also not about control, though. Don't grip too tightly on control. It's allowance. It's it's allowing yourself to actually feel the things that come up, no matter how ucky and mucky and sticky they are in the present. Allowing those things to be, like, I'm picturing like when you get creek water, for example, and you shake it up and there's all this debris floating around, but eventually it settles. So it's allowing yourself to feel the chaos, the perceived chaos, because once you allow yourself to feel that, you give yourself the opportunity to let it all settle. And then you can see the layers, you can see the sand at the bottom, you can see the debris, you can see the water, and then you have clarity because you allowed. Because you allowed. And not only are you not forcing or controlling yourself, but you're also not allowing external situations or environments to control you as well. You're not allowing them to control your reaction, to control the outcome. You're finding so much inner strength. And through finding that inner strength, you are finding that you are divine co-creator of your life and that you can work with universal energies to manifest exactly what you want. Wow. How exciting for you. Like, literally, I'm not even being facetious. How exciting for you. I have full body chills. I have for the last like 10 minutes. Aries, this is amazing. This is amazing, fruitful, creative energy. And I'm being called to emphasize this one more time. Even if the people around you think you're going crazy, they don't recognize this person who's not exploding, who's not volatile. Don't let their perceptions bump you back into where you were before. Redefine success for you. You might have to hermit for a little bit just to make sure you have that divine allowance in your back pocket whenever you need it. But you're ultimately here to help teach your loved ones as well your magic. And that's going to come later. That's just a little sneak peek there, a little foreshadowing. But right now, before you teach, it's you harnessing this power for yourself, this allowance, this divinity, this co-creation for yourself. And then just paying attention. I suggest anytime overwhelming synchronicity happens in this period, write it down. Our unconscious brains need results. It needs to see how things are working in order to that's how we reprogram our unconscious mind is through results. So all of the synchronicities, all of the kismet, all of the divine meetings, divine intervention, all of it, write it down. Write it down, leave it somewhere where you can check back on it later, but write it down. Oh, Aries, I'm excited for you. With all that said, this is a general reading, so it's possible not everything resonated. If that is the case, I suggest you check out my website linked in the bio below. You can book with me directly on there for tarot, astrology, and human design, numerology coming soon, so stay tuned if you're interested. And yeah, if you did like what you heard, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, tell me how you liked it or how it resonated. And of course, we do this every single month for all of the signs. So if you want a little tarot forecast for the upcoming month, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you here next time. But again, Aries, so excited. I wish you could feel how buzzy I am right now because it's palpable. It is palpable. I'm excited for you to step into your power, and you should be too. Oh, it's good. All right, until next